on the asymmetric AI challenge on what open. And first of all, I would like to say that okay, supposedly this is session conducted by the Cantonese, but I think okay, some of you may find out that misprint in the on the agenda, and I will conduct this session with English. But please accept my apologies for my lousy English. Okay, and thanks for your patience. Okay, I think that this is before we can start. Before we start, and just I will spend a little bit time for okay. Okay, let everybody know who's Eric. Actually, I'm talking about Eric. I'm not a developer or a programmer. Okay, I'm a security consultant for some financial institute, and also I'm an ethical hacker. So that's why I'm in my job, and I will occasionally touch the code base. And the other hand, of course, I'm educated. I'm doing some education for the employed or the undergraduates, and also and you can see me here. I'm also preparing some of the different scenario on the content right there. Okay. What we are doing today, of course, sometimes we'll everyone know about this year to what book, and I would say this is the phenomenal level. Okay, everyone talking about it, and this is the trend starting from early this year. Okay. Someone called Andrew, and he discovered or invented the terms white paper, which you know, okay, you don't need to know how to code it. You just put the insertion to the AI or the AI agent, and the generative AI will do the coding control. And not all of the price and this work about code ban, and we can see it on the online dictionary in just a month. Okay. And also, actually, this is also something new. And okay, we do have actually AI as a component of and Andre himself is not the very first time to get about this. Better 2 years ago, in 2023. Okay, and another project at the moment is the skill trader, and he's telling this the hottest new programming language is English. That means in his idea, okay, we can have the software development with our human language. And also, what is the critical traditional project or the one program you can see? Okay, first of all, we know everyone can build an application from scratch, from zero to hero in just a few prompts. It's very fast, and you do not need to have any sort of coding knowledge. Okay, just a layman. Okay, you input it from human language and you let the AI build the code for me. Okay, that means okay, we don't need much practice. We should build the code very fast. Okay, and then we are using human language instead of coding in there to make something happen. On the other hand, this is a service challenge in the sense, okay, compared with the traditional knowledge, much better. But let me say this is actually error in case I don't have any expertise on knowledge in coding. Okay, I do something. So, idea of what is this? This course actually is another easier. Based on the later of accelerator, yeah. So we can just know what this is. Okay. But of course, compared with the traditional code, okay, you build a code, really, you will know what you are building. But as developer, I think you all know that's not the case. Okay, when you have a code review, maybe for some project, okay, you find the code, oh, it was a crack. Okay, hey, maybe it's good. The version of 2 years ago. This is quite interesting. And also, in the front code, I would say in this way. Yeah, you don't need to load the code, knowledge to do something, but in most of the scenario, you will need to do some debugging. Okay, of course, debugging even you're using generative AI, pen. Okay, but in the pen scenario, this is much more challenging. Let's see. Okay. Because of the AI hallucinations, you might receive something sound legit and something very makes sense, but unfortunately, when I deploy the suggested solutions, you get something new, you get one more bug. And this is why we will say in the enterprise scenario, they will say, that might not be the story we will want the market to help us to do the code maintenance. And also in the stage of development, you can do the first 50% really, really fast. Maybe you can do the stuff of your 1 week or 2 weeks or 2 or 3 people to make the code. Then okay, you do this maybe in just a little bit or just a few within a day or within a few hours. But the most challenging task will be the last 40%, especially when you are long engineer. Okay, if you are engineer or you are developer, okay, you probably can fix the code by yourself, which is great. But in case you're lost, it is the most challenging part. And also, how do we fix the challenge on particular challenge? Okay, I found the webpage really interesting. Okay, I think you can find it. Okay, there is a website. Okay, when you do the market plan, okay, if you are company, you don't know how to do that. Okay, you can ask for the expertise to help you, which is really interesting. Okay, let's get back to the world of software development or say, okay, we are a developer or we build code or we are lost someone who have zero idea on the code. Is that really great for us to have a practice on the development or say on the code maintenance testing? Okay, we will see this one. In case we have gotten the AI assisted code sent by increasing 25%, and we can see some reports say the delivery stability will be increased by 7.2%. Okay, is that a great number? Maybe or may not be, but I think this way, in case you are having a brain, let's say, having a brain every 2 weeks, you are having a 150 to expand the okay, this 7.2% means you encounter a 150 to 20% every year. Okay, and I think this is might not be very desirable for us. Okay, 51 issue. Okay, our trust story will much longer by having more 15 to 20 items. Okay, and to be very honest, I have pretty deep regret after I have said this topic a while. I say that okay, well, from the dream to reality, I would say, to be very honest, after I submit the topic to the GDG to the backend, and I know I have done, I regret immediately. That's why I will tell the reason we got this a little bit later. Okay. We're gonna deal with the backup plan. Okay, we got the AI automation promising with the MVP because due to the trend of people okay, maybe we can have a developer or the coder or take 1 or 2 days to do. Oh, the AI do that for us in 5 minutes, right? Oh, that's an MVP. Okay, we will also believe especially not in the for reality. Okay, the AI will also do the documentation for us. Okay, which is really important. Okay, because okay, with the documentation, somebody say, oh, with the documentation, that is nothing. This is important. Okay, but it's not a story, unfortunately. Okay, on the other hand, with the COVID and with without human intervention. Okay, we also as a security guy would say human intervention is one of the major source of error, right? Okay, because of just I just click on the keyboard accidentally about the idea of just extra semicolon we would oh my god. Okay, without the intervention, without the human intervention, we have a gene that will go less failure. But is that the case? Okay, we will probably might not be. Okay, even we will have some constraint of the AI agent, for example. Okay, you can just do the development, but in the instruction or in the prompt, we will ask the AI don't as a never touch the production environment. But okay, the AI agent will do that for sure. And can you probably regretfully, oh, sorry, I destroyed my performance within a few seconds. Okay, this is an actual case for this. Okay, okay, and then on the other hand, for AI, well, AI agents would, in some cases, we can see help us to defeat our own security measures. Okay, all that as a security guy, this is very important to me. Okay, oh, I will need to look at the environment very carefully. Is any employee using the AI agent method? This is the enterprise copilot, let's say the enterprise copilot or a personal copilot. Right. And this is, for me, it is very difficult to monitor the shadow LM, especially for copilot. The reason is this. Okay, when you are using the enterprise copilot, so okay, everything seems good. Okay, okay, I sense so. But okay, in someone using the personal copilot, to be very honest, I will level low because on the private level, I can see, no matter using the personal one or the first one, the entire going to the same IP address. That means I have low visibility. Okay, which is terrible for me. And also, we can see AI generate code then also lead to some database class. And every month, and you can see some news around the world. There's some database around the world because the AI generated code. And the major reason I really feel regret to have this topic because, okay, even Andre, right after my topics have been accepted, I see this. The inventor of Kubernetes and need you hang Kubernetes real project. Okay, the inventor of the right Kubernetes, I'm not using my Kubernetes for enterprise projects, but okay, maybe this is my endpoint. Okay, and maybe I can do the project, maybe there's some more app for myself, to make myself happy during the weekend, but not for work. Okay. If that's the case, I would little bit consider why people. Okay. The major reason I have this topic is this. Okay. I was anticipating everyone will embrace the wideband and this is a large scale adoption around the world. Okay, this is really true for you can see many influencer, okay, telling you, okay, oh, I have no idea on what's coding, but I can build an app myself from scratch, from zero to hero in just a few days. Oh, which is really great for them, for the, I would say the law engineer, but even the inventor contributor, oh, it's not something I will be using. Mm, It's really defeat the purpose I supposed to copy, right? Okay, and let's us be frank. Okay, why we are here today? Okay, is there any possibility to balance the human and the AI elements in the software development? Is there okay? Is there any area okay for any generative AI? Okay, overcoming error. Is there any we can avoid? And in case you go to the backfest last year, as you know, how we combine the AI and the human elements in cybersecurity. How we harmonize the human and the AI in software development. Okay, how will maybe okay the hybrid will happen. Okay, how we build the code, or say how we architect the software. Okay, let's see. Let's come back to the reality. First of all, I'm going to do it. Okay. One of the advantages of the AI assisted cooking or white cooking is that, okay, we use much less manpower, or in a sense, we are saving money, right? Okay, when we are talking as we are saving money, okay, we will need to load up more the token. Okay, because every token counts for the money. Okay, when what's the token actually in most of the generative AI? Every token can is used when you have four English character or say, or we usually say 3/4 of a word because most of the English word maybe less than four character or still less than eight character, well, which is some simple mathematics. So okay, we have 70% of the text. Okay, 1 to 2 and also a paragraph to consume at 100 tokens. Okay. Then how about when we are using the generative AI in token? Okay, how we calculate the token we use? Okay, just quite similar to our basic computing theory. We just calculate the input positive and output. That's the same story. Okay, for example, okay, we have the prompt, we will input, ask the question to the AI, of course. It will have the reasoning and give you the output. And let's say in case we are having the 60 to 90, 60 to 90 line of code, actually we are using 200 token. That's the meaning. Okay. Some of the developer will say, okay, I have an idea. Okay, to be very honest, I don't think many of us will count the number of code in our application, right? Okay, just so that is why I give the work is around 40 million to 50 million. Okay, personal portion maybe 20K to 6K. Okay, and also interestingly, the pacemaker that is a medical device, and the putting that linear heart to some medical protocol that is our heart beating in the medical situation. Okay, it's contribute of 180, 80,000 lab coats. Okay. Maybe we can do in this way. In case your personal project is a 20,000 to 50,000, let's say a team of 5 to 10 developers have a maintenance of project or say an application. We just make assumption is that around 200,000 lab code is the percent. To me, it's percent. Of course, maybe you have another number in your mind, but we will use this number for example. How many token we are using? About 2.4 million token. Okay, and of course, and we will, okay, as a Google Dev, of course, and we will have an approach one using the Gemini 2.5, right? Okay, because based on the 1 million in home contest limit, okay, we can insert the full code base in one contest window, which is really great, and we will provide the stability. Okay, on the other hand, we're using the 4.5 standard version, okay, which supports around 200K token each contest window, but it might not very desirable. But because a standard version which supports the 1 million contest window as well, but also the data is more expensive. Oh, why we are choosing Chrome? Because okay, and in some statistics we can see in the file token, especially on the debugging environment, the SWE, it is the best up to now. Let's talk about the money at this moment. Okay, the contest window, we can see the flash and the call expanded. Okay, in terms of the money and the cost saving. Okay, no doubt I will choose Gemini. And of course, that's why, okay, you can have a taste of it with your Google credit, your Google Cloud credit, you can just carry it with your bachelor QR code. On the other hand, you want to say, okay, we are more smart explorer, okay. Batteries is 7 7 7 7 around 70%. And you can just go to the swbatch.com to find the latest number. I think it is the unverified one. The best one is around 70% something. I think this is not the most latest figure. This is with the picture. What we are getting this one. Okay, we know the Gemini is very cost effective, but okay, the so-called the best recommended option for us at this moment. Let's see a little bit further. Okay. Let's say 20 to 50K is a thousand cost. Okay. Gemini is just something like you can use the call to provide the quality, right? Okay. When the maintenance 200,000 live code or even more, the Gemini business, the contest window, the high limit becomes critical, okay? But when the cost center is put in the pushing down 200,000 of code last out into 12 pieces, okay, of course, we have to provide the configurability. The people can become much harder, which is something we don't want. Okay, the reason and quality declare well. But the interesting is this. The interesting is this. Okay, good. But on the other hand, we can say might be this is something like all way out on the Vacuum or AI as a content maintenance scenario because we will look into more about the local optimization of the maintenance. Okay. And of course, because of we are cutting down the code base into pieces, the API legacy, and some other issue occur. But take a further look on the AI code in most different area because okay, conditional misalignment, okay, the missing condition error, something like that. Okay, this is of course in case you are using a cross standard issue appears much more because okay, you are cutting the code base into pieces and the debugging will become harder. But okay, we got so many errors. Let's see why we have the error because the time is running out. I still have around 10 minutes left. Okay. Oh, because I okay, some founders or with some real world scenario will say when we're using white token to do the development or say the maintenance. I think some content always return requests of the with else, the love, something like that, because the AI will set a lot of requirements is something isolated. They will not take a okay, I will say they will not. They might not realize they will need to take the overall logic into consideration. This is very important. And on the other hand, and all generated AI by nature is just cheaper effort positive thing in something really accurate. By nature, okay, I will say by nature the generated AI is something who can get 1+1 1. Okay. This is very good. We need to make this very clear before we go further, okay? But, the conditional statement has will be the major problem in the out. We will follow. On the other hand, it might call the wrong library in some of the scenario without realizing it. You will take the output, then very carefully, maybe you will insert into another EDI to okay, is the content library, okay, is the another team has problem. Or in my scenario, when I'm doing a compliance check for an organization, the generative AI come up with an answer, which is really great, but they use the syntax format on another language. Okay, I will need to with engineering the place because of the language. Okay, In case we are using the Gemini, which is a much more cost-effective way, and we will need to encounter, okay, maybe we can, the AI will receive 5 to 10% of the task. Okay, we will have the local vision issue, API selection issue, etc. But okay, in case we want to Chrome, okay, we will have fewer CM and CE error due to different reasoning. But yeah, due to different reasoning because okay, and we can the SW batch localize and we will have some improvement in the quality. Okay, let's get into the okay, we keep saying the GNP and the okay. A little bit more on the reason why the computer logic is the AI platform. Because and just as I say, the end of the day, I just doing the positive guess instead of giving an accurate answer. Okay, that's okay. The positive guess that the AI is in most of the scenarios is actually not following the correct grammar, you know. But more importantly, when we are at the maintenance of the last page, the issue in the figure will show up. Okay, we got the code base, input, reasoning, output, and we will do some debugging or to review put the result as an input again. Eventually, for the input side, there will be some chance the output will be dropped because the physical context in the data. Okay, this is very important. Okay, that's not an issue. Always say that inside. Oh, is that possible for us to do something about this? The local optimization give us a way out. Okay, we have to finish I will go to factor. Okay, before long time ago, we are procedure then the procedure error. Okay, we bring the object-oriented programming to us is changing the world of the development. Actually, it's happened the same at this moment with the AI as the coding. Okay, with the OOP, we have the calculation. We can locally with the class. Okay, we load all the subject in a class are quite similar, but how is related to the AI coding? Let's see. Yeah, whereas okay, to be very honest, we're having 200,000 of lab posts. Okay, Indians really bad on holding this amount. We are not talking about larger, so that okay, let's say the operating system can turn us 40 or 50 million lines of code, which is that's why we got a window patch every month. Okay, okay, but is that possible? We try to restructure or re-architect our application development process. We break down the code base into some module. Okay, for example, okay, I will just go a little bit faster. Maybe I can share the PowerPoint later on, and I think I will. You can see the PowerPoint and the recording. Okay, let's see. We are the human being. How we harmonize the human being and the AI. Okay, for the human being, we try to, as I mentioned, we try to break down the service and the application into different servers with, with automation, with simplified conditions, conditional statement, because okay, because we load even the latest generative AI is not very good at the complex conditional loop and all the for loop, something like that. Okay. When we structure our application or our code into something that AI can handle easily. Human do the architecture, okay? Human define the Google shape and architecture, the boundary, more importantly, the integration factor. Within the small space, within the small module or service, AI do what they establish. the organization, the buffer open for 0 to 1, or say, okay, they just do the maintenance of very limited boundary. That means, okay, we can have a more reliable expectation that AI will not do something really weird. Okay, and we got the clear separation between, oh, the human is doing it, the AI is doing it. And we will no longer receive the issue of, okay, when we are having the AI how to facilitate, but okay, take it one more. Okay, we don't want to see this because of the boundary or integration pattern is limited. We can safely ensure this will not happen very frequently. Okay, but later we know, even no matter the human being or AI, we all make mistakes. This is very important. Okay, because of the time, I think I will need to end the presentation here, and I think I will share the back to also in case you are very interested. But on the other hand, the reference is quite a little bit long. Okay, and then a long little bit and the academic list of reference related to the cost of different models, related to the SWE, related to the funding of and Andre and some other developers. Hope it's helped. Oh, thank you again for coming. And